Sweet. So with such a young team this season, what are you looking forward to with that going into the year?
So I'm looking forward to that. A lot of these we were young last year. We're older this year, but we're still very young. But I'm looking forward to that our sophomores have experience, and so they already, know what to do with the culture, on and off the court. They already know things that are expected in practice, things that are expected when they're playing doubles, and they're already helping our freshmen to figure those things out. We have 3 juniors, and they're probably going to have to act like seniors for a couple of years here. They're doing a really nice job taking on that role already. So I think I'm looking forward to that. I know there's a lot of growth that will come because they're young, but that they already at least know kind of the framework of what we're doing. And I feel like we're young and experienced, and so I think that it's going to be fun for a few years here to build. I think we will be getting better for a few years in a row here, even without factoring in anyone else that would decide to come to Wartburg in the future, just with the crew we have right now.
What have you learned about your team during this preseason?
In my 4.5 days, that's a good question.
Or what has stood out to you as they've returned to campus?
No, that's a good question. I'll come up with it as long as you don't publish my in-the-middle thinking too. I think one thing that I figured out is that the women that are on the team now know that they need to step up into these bigger roles. The biggest thing that I've learned is how well they've done that off the court. They're doing different things each night, and as I see what they're doing, it looks like they're doing a nice job including everybody in that. And I talk to them a lot about how culture is both taking care of each other, and then everyone is earning their place by showing up and working hard. And our returners are doing a nice job including everyone, and they're doing a nice job setting the tone for that. And then our freshmen are falling into line. Let's see. I'm also figuring out. I'm trying to get them to play each other. Like, okay, I kind of know where my returners are at in terms of their skill and what they know and what they can do. And obviously, they've improved over the summer. Many of them have. But putting the newcomers against them is giving me some perspective for where they're at.
Yeah. So what has gone into building team chemistry and kind of that culture you talked about so early into the season?
Preparation in the summer. First off, I connected all of our newcomers with a returner and said, hey, you should reach out to this person, give them any tips that you have on move-in things, and just kind of be there for them, and then intentionally made them be their partner for a couple things or talk to each other. Like, I'm on the whiteboard teaching something about what we're doing in doubles, and then I say, okay, go talk to your buddy that you already connected with and make sure that they know what's going on. Just making them make those connections over and over. But it's been intentional by the upperclassmen to make events for people to hang out and make sure that everybody feels included. And then it is on me, themselves too, like they've got to hold themselves accountable to show up and put in their effort and bring the right attitude, but then it's also on me to, nip anything in the bud that's not what we want and to praise when it is what we want.
For the season goals, how much do you set? How much does the team set? Or have you come up with those goals yet for this year?
Yeah, I never really have goals in terms of where we're going to finish. It's not that I don't care, I just think we're going to finish where we're going to finish. We're finally doing a preseason poll, which we've never done before. I'm very interested in what the other teams think, because it's funny, I didn't struggle too much to put the other teams in order, but I don't know where to put us. I don't know. And some of that is because we're young and because there's some undecided things. But yeah, I almost struggle to see our team that way. The way that I see us is, my goals are I want our players to hustle for every ball. I want every player to know how they should play. If they're in the front at the net, I want them to all know how to be aggressive and how to finish and put away balls. I want them all to know the importance of executing at the beginning of the point, and I want us to be strong returners and strong servers. I want us to be fit and we're adding in some different components to our program that are going to help with that. I want them to gel as a team. Like I think, and this is coach speak, right? But it's because it's true. It's that if you do all the right stuff, you're going to put yourself in the best position to perform as well as you can. If you want to be a good team, you should act like a good team. So what are the things good teams do? Let's do that. And then we figure out where we find out, or we figure out where we place at the end. And, there could be a close meet that even if we do all the right things, we don't win. And that's just part of it.
Yep. You kind of hit on it earlier. They did do the first preseason poll this year. You guys were picked third. Nice. Do you have any other thoughts on that? You want to give any thoughts?
Well, it's funny because they don't, like I said, they don't know who's going to be playing or where or anything. And, we lost players. We have seniors that are hurt and didn't come back. So we don't have a senior class. So I think that those are grand expectations for a team that many of our girls don't. They have some experience, but we don't have, we're not bringing back a full varsity or anything. We're, I don't know, that is pressure in a good way, I think. I like that. I like that teams believe in us. And what I'm going to tell myself now in this story is that means that they believe that this program is going to develop these young players into high caliber, like that will be a tough out. That when they play us, we won't give up no matter what. And that when they play us, we're going to be tough in doubles and we're going to be, fighting in singles the whole time. And that even though they maybe don't even know what talent is on the court, that they just believe that if it's Wartburg, Wartburg's going to be a tough out for us. Okay. I don't rule out finishing higher than that. And I also know that it's going to be a challenge to finish that high. Like this conference, since you left and came back, this conference has changed a lot. I think that it used to be the top two were pretty solidified and that there was a big gap. And I think that and that there was some teams at the bottom that you knew were never going to do much. And I think it's leveled out a lot. And that to me is so fun because you head into so many meets that you say, if we perform today, we'll probably win. If we don't, we probably won't. Tennis can be very predictable because honestly, the scoring is really fair. If you're better, you usually win. And so there's no big plays like there are in other sports or a run of a bunch and then, you're ahead so you can run out the clock. You have to keep winning more than half the points or you don't win the set. If at any point someone starts winning more than half, they win the set. So anyway, the scoring it's very fair, so upsets are difficult to come by. And so when upsets are difficult to come by, it just means that the conference can be predictable, but it's not right now. And that means that it's very competitive. The fact that it's not means it's very close, very competitive between several of us.
You open your season with a conference match, and then you have a number of non-conference events before the stretch of your conference schedule. What do you look to learn and accomplish as your season progresses?
I look at it as we have about a month to get really ready, I like what the conference did with our schedule, thank you, because they give us some time to get ourselves, especially with us being a little younger, give us some time to get on the court, get experience we have some new scoring format things that are going on. We now play no ad scoring instead of ad scoring, which just means that when you get to deuce, the returner decides what side the point is played on. You play that point, and the winner wins the point, or wins the game. Before you had to win by 2. Now you don't. And then also lets are when the ball ticks the net and lands in. Now we just play. We don't catch that and throw it back and do a redo. No more redos. Okay. So I think adapting to that, adapting to college level, doubles is shorter than it is in high school, so being really ready to go. If we have any freshmen that end up playing in the doubles lineup. And then it gives us time to prepare. What I'm hoping to learn is I want to give our players opportunities to get on the court, and I want them to all show us what we can do so that I can get our best players in the lineup in the position that they belong in. And then it gives me also an opportunity to learn how to coach each of our girls. But yeah, it's nice because we have a month. We have a month to really get ready for the meat of the schedule here.